Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. New voting to happen. Just in time too. This one took a little bit longer for me to kind of think about. So, I don't know. This one's going to be a little different. I have been giving thoughts on both single and duo types, but I don't know how I feel about detectives running solo in this particular stance. So even with some of the solo picks that I had, I am likely going to mention some pairings that we could look at as well. But ultimately, I have picked already, and I'll show you at the very end. But I don't know. I didn't want to pick anything too obvious. So ultimately, my decision went to something a little less, maybe a little less appreciated. So first, I naturally kind of thought of La Rochelle. I would watch a detective show about just her, to be honest. But if I had to pair her with somebody, for sure, Dozla, hands down, would get that pick. So that's like my retro-ish kind of pick, a GBA pick, if you will. I don't really know how I feel about detective-esque type characters, like in Shadow Dragon, or maybe Tobin and Gray. They could be a good pairing, maybe in Shadows of Valentia. But ultimately, I didn't choose them, and I didn't choose La Rochelle or Dozla. I just feel like they had a good repartee. Another one that I'm not sure if people are going to overlook or not, and hopefully I can, we can't reach it. Okay, editing on the fly, there we go, yay. Alright, so Virion, I feel like would be a bad detective, but in a good way. And then pairing that up with Shersh, I feel would kind of balance the two. So that was kind of like my runner-up pick, which I know we're getting to very early. However, I don't know, man. I'm still semi like upset that I didn't pick those two ultimately, but I didn't want to go with anything like too relatively popular. You know, I wanted some oddball picks. We've got both of them in the game already. Another one that I feel like is a pretty obvious pick would be Tease. And we can't see her either. Ugh! Heroes, we doing this to me. It's so annoying. The screen is so long. Alright, Tsubasa. She played a detective on TV. Clearly that makes her qualified. Obviously for the pair up, we'd be looking at Eleonora. Where is she? There she is. And again, Virion's there too. So that's kind of like, I don't know, that's kind of like triple pick for me, almost. And it's nice, and I appreciate that. But again, I feel that's too darn obvious, and I don't want to go with that. Another one that I felt like would have good chemistry. Like, I don't know, a lot of people were like, oh, Teacher Banner. Immediately, half of the Three Houses cast. I said early on, I was like, there's going to be categories for this voting thing that feel a lot better for Three Houses characters than just teachers. And I feel as though Claude is one of them. I genuinely think Claude would be like the go-to detective. I feel as though he will be a very popular pick. And I think his counterpart would likely be Hilda. And so, ultimately, I didn't pick them either because too obvious. Clearly too obvious. And I'm picking the pre-Academy arc, like they're the pre-time skip arc, just because I feel like the hijinks would be amped up to a new level for that. But we didn't go with them. I know. What did he do? He picked Atelius game. Of course he did. course he did. So, let's see. Ultimately, I ended up going with my guy Soth here. I've had Soth on the brain, and I'm not really sure why. But maybe I need to build him. Maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe I just need to build him. I feel like Soth has his wits about him most of the time. He's very capable. He's very calm, collected, very calculated in his movements. Meanwhile, enter Tormod, who is not any of those things half the time. I feel that I enjoy that Soth comes off as being annoyed by Tormod sometimes, and that is a buddy cop movie that I would watch for sure. And Tormod's actually not in the game yet, so I feel like he deserved a little bit of love. So ultimately, what I did was I went with those two. There were actually, when I first saw this concept, I was like, man, I'm not going to be able to think of like anybody for this. And then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, oh, there's a lot of good choices for this. Obviously, it's a little bit easier when you're thinking about stuff like this for the newer games that have like a stronger character development type thing. Or if, you know, a game's been remade or something along those lines. But either way, I would watch this buddy cop movie for sure. 10 out of 10 would do it. But there were a lot of good choices. So this is going to be a quick one today because I got some stuff to do. Let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts on who you picked for the brilliant detective duo. I don't... Of all the options so far, this one seems kind of the most out there to me. I don't really know why. I'm not sure why this is more random than, like, someone you would want as a teacher, you know? But of all the options that we've had so far, this one just genuinely feels the most random. So I don't know if this will ever see like banner potential. I don't know that I'd necessarily be heartbroken if it didn't. Because again, the topic just I don't know, man. Like picnic banner, sure, that's smart. Sherlock Holmes-esque banner. I don't know. I cannot visualize it at all. Maybe the delightful thumbnail that I come up with will help encapsulate what I'm trying to picture in my brain. But I don't see this being a banner, and I'm confused. Don't know. I'm not sure how they came up with this concept, who voted on it, how this made it into the top 5 options to put out to the public. But there it is. Speaking of things that IS is doing, they did clear the threshold for the, I think the share and retweet campaigns for their Twitters and Facebooks and whatnots. So everybody will be getting, I think it was divine codes and just a handful of orbs for your troubles. So that's nice. If nothing else, we're getting that. Good stuff. I don't think anything else has come out yet. Don't think. Not that I'm aware. But events and stuff are coming up, so if you're not logging in every day, you definitely should. I don't know why you'd be watching this video if you weren't. But lots of stuff coming up. There will be more stuff on the channel this week. I don't know what it will be and when it will happen. But yes to all of those things. So if you'd like, feel free to subscribe. Come on back. Enjoy Heroes. Some good stuff is coming. 30th anniversary and then straight into Golden Week. So, exciting. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Who'd you pick for your detective duo? I'm genuinely curious. Because like I said, there were a lot of good options the further and further I went. So, with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Remember to be good to each other. Wash your hands. Drink water. That's something I have been trying to remember myself to do, so here's your daily reminder. Drink some water, stay hydrated, and that is it for now. So until then, thank you again for watching, and I will catch you next time.